All right, welcome everyone to the International Wealth Builders Radio Talk Show. This is your host, Marie Waite, and I've got an amazing group of people here. But first of all, I wanted to let you know that International Wealth Builders is every Saturday here on KCAA Radio, and it's at noon Pacific time. And we have amazing hosts that runs the show. And we are live right now on Redlands. So exciting. And I'm very excited about the holidays. So let me welcome our guest here today. We have the one and only host of International Wealth Builders, Toya Tillett. Hi, Toya.
Hi, Marie. Thanks for having me today.
Yes, I'm so excited you're here. It's been a while since you and I been together. I think it was at the Fire Up Live event, right?
Yes, that was the last event we were at
Yeah,
together.
October.
That's correct. Oh, wow.
Yes.
It seemed to go by so fast.
Yes. And then next to her, we have Shelly Rufin, my good friend, who is a college planning consultant. Shelly, how are you?
I'm doing fabulous, Marie. Thank you for this opportunity to be here today. And the last time we were together was
At the
Fire Up Connect Awards ceremony, gala, all that. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, another amazing event. Yes.
And then, of course, Steve Matley is here. Steve, how are you?
Good, good. Last time we were together was, I think, this morning driving to the studio.
Yeah. Well, Steve, I don't know if you know, but Steve and I just came back from London.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
And it was amazing. Steve, you want to kind of share what happened in London?
It was cold. That's what I remember.
It's cold here.
It was very cool.
Yeah, there was a lot of events. Marie and I went over. We were both nominated for honorary doctorate degrees. So we went over there to get those. And the group we went with that sponsored this, they had just a slew of events planned. It was welcoming parties, and we had an event at Parliament. We had a couple of afternoon tea parties, a couple of launches, all kinds of stuff going on in about an 8-day period. So it was, London's great to visit. It's kind of off season right now, which is kind of nice, although still very busy. It's a very big city, a lot of people, but less touristy this time of year, which is very nice.
Yes, and that was actually organized by the Global Society for Female Entrepreneurs, and Shelly is a member of it.
Yes.
And
Yeah, it was a
yes.
group of people. There was the GSFE group, and Marie actually runs the San Diego chapter for that. But it was combined with the Global International Alliance University out of Atlanta. There was the Ladies of All Nations International. And there was another group, I can't remember what they were, that did the Parliament thing, something.
Dr. Pauline Long.
Exactly,
Yes.
and I can't remember the name. It was 3 initials, but there was a lot of groups that were involved in putting all this together. So it was very enjoyable.
Yes. Well, it's been, I think, looking at the holidays, and we were actually here for a Christmas party for KCAA, and it's so nice to have everybody here together. And I thought, okay, this is perfect for our live show today. Yeah. So anyway, I think International Wealth Builder is such a great show for providing all kinds of ideas on real estate investment. I mean, Latoya, what is the things that you're envisioning with your show for next year?
I'm envisioning just bringing more education to the audience, definitely surrounded around your taxes and saving money on your taxes and how you can use your real estate income to, offset what you owe, to the IRS. Because it's all about, it's not really how much money you make, it's how much you can keep.
Mm-hmm. So what was the experience here for doing all the radio show?
The experience was really great. I had some amazing guests. I really enjoyed it, although I was a little nervous at first starting out. But I got very comfortable very quickly. And yeah, I really enjoy having the show and just being able to impart my knowledge out there to the people.
Yeah, I've listened to your shows, and you're actually amazing
thank you.
in hosting and moderating the conversation. So that was really awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I thank you very much for the opportunity.
All right. Well, I want to thank Thomas. And, I'm hoping that Thomas is going to be here today. But he was the one that connected me to you because he brought you into his show on the Enrollment and Real Estate. And he did a really good job with the introduction.
No, yes. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Thomas.
Yes. And then I know Steve had his own, you have your own show now.
That's correct. It's on Thursdays at 2 p.m. and Thursdays at 3 p.m., Sundays at 2 p.m. Building Solid Foundations. It's right here on KCAA. 1050 AM and Express 106.5 FM. You can always, if you don't catch it live, you can always catch it on our streaming services. We have it on Roku, Amazon Fire, and on the Android app right now, as well as a bunch of podcast platforms. So our show, it's born out of real estate. That's my background, real estate, construction management. So I'd say about 70% of the content has to do with finance, real estate, economics. But the rest of it is whatever I feel like talking about. People say, how do you get your guests? I say, if I find them interesting, I'll put them on the show. And if, hopefully the audience likes them too, but if not, at least I had a good conversation with them. I find everybody fascinating we talk to. We've talked to people about health and health issues. We've talked to them about finance issues. We've talked about family things, all kinds of different things. So just all across the board, art and architecture.
Well, you think about how long we've been running radio shows here in KCAA, and I think it was over a year now. And initially, you were a part of the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio, and you were in charge of the finance episode of the show. And I also remember Shelly was one of my guests in the Fabulous Lifestyle, and you were able to share some of your insights in terms of college planning.
That's correct.
So what did you think about that with, your time here in the radio show?
One thing I learned is always be ready. Always be ready. You don't know the questions that are going to be asked, so you just answer as honestly and, making sure that the answers that we give is actually something that's going to be useful and valuable to those that are listening because they are taking time out to listen. So, but it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
And that's,
well, you had your own radio show before, like a radio TV show before.
Yes.
And is that something that you see yourself doing in the future?
Yeah, that was born out of, honestly, I did the whole Toastmasters for the longest time, and I get bored real easily, so I was like, let's start my own show. And being super shy, believe it or not, being super shy, and that will break you out of that. And after doing the show for a couple of years, and just getting the audience and everybody in there as far as what I do and that I deliver as far as college planning, college prep, the business itself took over my time, so I had to let one or the other go, and it happened to be the show. So I had to let the show go at that time. But it was fun. I learned a lot. It just, as far as public speaking, talking to people, giving value again, there's just a lot of learning curves and a lot of things that was learned during that time. Yeah.
Well, I know Steve is probably the one that is most experienced in radio hosting. And I've learned along the way when, running all these shows. But Steve, in regards to your, overall perspective of what we've been doing with the radio shows, I mean, how do you differentiate everything that we have put together here among the other radio shows?
Between the different shows?
Yes.
Well, they'll have their own flavor. Fabulous Lifestyle is got a lot of different aspects to it because it's food, fashion, fun, finance, it's all the F words, right? All the whatever you had in there.
That's exactly.
Foundation.
The fun, freedom,
That's right, yeah.
Friendship, fabulous lifestyle.
All the F words.
all the ones you can say on radio.
Right.
But they're all very,
appropriate ones.
yeah, they're all very diverse, but yet they all tie into having a fabulous lifestyle. One reason I did the finance on that was you cannot enjoy a fabulous lifestyle if you have no way to pay for it. And so that's what we talked
Very
about,
true.
basic things of investing. And we talked about odd investing things. Like we interviewed a gentleman who had art collections that he invested in, automobiles, sports memorabilia, horses. The horse breeding isn't unique. So we talked to a lot of different people doing different things. And then when you kind of moved me over to Real Men of Real Estate, when we started that show, obviously that's real estate's my thing. That's what we do in my company. That's what, Coast to Coast Equity. So we do. We buy land, we entitle it, we develop it. We were in the real estate world. So that was a natural fit. And that was a continuation of the TV show we used to do, Real Men of Real Estate. So that's different. You have your International Wealth Builders, which is very much real estate based as well. But it's different. Obviously, it's not just men. And the Real Men of Real Estate was focused on very key niches, where the International Wealth Builders, I think, gets into a lot more different topics, more applicable to a lot more different people. Trying to think what else. And then, of course, my show started as that, but I wanted to talk about things other than that. I didn't want to get pigeonholed. I could have done a show, Steve on real estate or something, but I wanted to. We have a lot of that. I wanted to be able to talk to different people about different things. I had my my own personal nutritionist and personal trainer on. Why?
Yeah.
Because health and safety, right? Just health and fitness.
Right.
But that's all part of, you say building the solid foundation of your life is a lot more than just the financial piece.
Well,
of
you
it.
had the former NFL football
We
player.
had Wes Chandler
Yes.
on. He was talking about CTE. Again, that's another health and fitness issue. He runs a company, WCTE, and he provides biopharmaceuticals and behavioral therapy for people dealing with CTE, traumatic brain injury, and those type of issues. Not just for football players, car accident victims, PTSD veterans, anybody that's dealing with that stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's awesome. And Latoya, for you, being part of International Wealth Builders, and I know Dr. Sharon Barnes is also hosting the first Sunday of the month. First Saturday of the month. How are you looking at the whole program with the International Wealth Builders?
Well, I'm just kind of taking it all in still, really diving in, getting to know, more about what it's about, just better ways to really reach the audience when you're talking, internationally. And then with me actually being in international sales, I felt like it just tied in together perfectly.
Yes. Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
so that's what made me
Did you
excited
know
about it.
that Shelly was just in the Punta, what's
Oh,
the
you're in
Dominican
Punta
Republic.
Cana? Okay.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
what was the island that you were talking about in regards to your real estate?
We're in Punta Cana as well, in Dominican Republic. Mhm.
Yes.
Yes, I actually was there in September, and I had a chance to interview a rapper that was actually there to purchase some real estate through my business coach, Dr. Tamika Bryant.
Yeah,
So, yeah, that's pretty
everybody
cool.
goes in vacations there, Punta Cana, the
Yes,
various
yes.
Dominican Republic. Yeah,
They're doing lots and lots of development there. We have a
Yes.
ton of inventory right now.
So how did you like the place?
for Dominican Republic.
Yes.
Oh, it was my first time there. It was amazing. My three favorites are the people. They were all amazing. Just the food. I loved the food. And of course, we had the BD Dreams Vacation, which advertised all of it and put it all together and everything. And we didn't have to do nothing. We just, as they say, show up.
Nice.
And so they took care of everything. It was all inclusive. It was just seeing the Caribbean for the first time on a catamaran, and swimming in the Caribbean, it's all those first, which was amazing. It was super fun. Went to Sonora Island, all of that. Nice. And then staying at the Hard Rock Cafe.
I
Wow.
love the Hard Rock. They
The
have
Hard
the
Rock-
best food.
Right. That's why I said food. So it was a blast. And I was traveling with 150 people, like-minded travel people. So friends and, old friends, new friends. But it was a blast. I can't wait to do it again. Yeah.
That is awesome. It opens up so many doors for, being the international wealth builders, because even with me and Steve, when we went to London, we ended up connecting with a real estate lawyer who lives there.
Nice.
And we're already talking about connecting her to the international wealth builders.
Nice. We
So,
actually just brought London on as a territory that we'll be building in next year.
Oh, there you go, Steve. Now we're gonna have to connect you to her.
Yes, definitely.
Well, Steve, with our trip in London, what do you think? Is that a good, place to expand international projects? Is that something
I think
that
it depends what you're doing. I think any place is a good place internationally if you have the right connections. You need people on ground wherever you are that understand it. Obviously, I don't know British law. I don't know the customs very well. I don't know the lay of the land, the different neighborhoods. But if you have partners on ground that understand it, then you can work anywhere. Because project management doesn't change very much.
Yes.
The basic principles don't change, but the laws around it do, and the culture you're working in does, and the expectations that people have. So it's a matter of if you have the right people on the ground that understand how to work in the area, then, you can partner with anyone, anywhere, I think.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a commercial break, and this is the International Wealth Builders radio talk show, and I'm your host, Marie Antonette Waite. Don't go away. We're going to have more discussions about all these amazing places and how we can build our wealth, right? Okay. Don't go away.